Hi everyone, my name is Kayla Vasquez and I'm going to be talking about Multiple Intelligences by Howard Gardner. Howard Gardner is an American psychologist. He was born in July 11, 1943 in Scranton, Pennsylvania. He attended Harvard where he earned a bachelor's degree in social relations and a doctoral degree in developmental psychology. He was a professor of education at the Harvard Graduate School of Education and a professor of neurology at Boston University School of Medicine. He first introduced his multiple intelligences theory through his book, Frames of Mind, and then he subsequently refined and extended it in his book, Intelligence Reframed. To qualify as an intelligent, there are some criteria that needs to be considered. Number 1. The potential for brain isolation by brain damage. This means that one candidate intelligence can be dissociated from others. This criterion came from Gardner's work in neuropsychology. For example, stroke patients who are left with some forms of intelligence intact despite damage to other cognitive abilities such as speech. 2. Its place in evolutionary history. The candidate intelligence has to have played a role in the development of our species and its ability to cope with the environment. In this case, Gardner uses inferences to conclude that spatial abilities were critical to the survival of our species. 3. The presence of core operations. This means that it's acknowledging the fact that specific intelligences operate in the context of the environment. Gardner argues that it is crucial to specify the capacities that are central to the intelligence under consideration. For example, linguistic intelligence consists of core operations such as recognition and discrimination of phonemes, command of syntax, and acquisition of word meanings. 4. Susceptibility to encoding. According to Gardner, symbol systems are developed versus occurring naturally, and their purpose is to accurately and systematically convey information that is culturally meaningful. Some examples of encoding include written and spoken language, mathematical systems, logical equations, maps, charts, and drawings. 5. A distinct developmental progression. Individuals do not necessarily exhibit their intelligence in its raw state. Rather, they prepare to use their intelligence by passing through a developmental process. Thus, people want to be mathematicians or physicists, spend years studying and owning their logical mathematical abilities in a distinctive and socially relevant way. 6. The existence of idiot savants, prodigies, and other exceptional people. Gardner refers to these as accidents of nature that allow researchers to observe the nature of a particular intelligence in great contrast to other average or impaired abilities. One example of this type of highlighted intelligence is the autistic person who excels at numerical calculations or musical performance. 7. Support from experimental psychology. Observing subjects who are asked to carry out two activities simultaneously can help determine if those activities rely on the same mental capacities or different ones. For example, a person engaged in working a crossword puzzle is unlikely to be able to carry on a conversation effectively because both tasks demand the attention of linguistic intelligence, which creates interference. And number 8, support from psychometric findings. In spite of the fact that Gardner proposed his theory in opposition to psychometrics, he recognizes The importance of acknowledging psychometric data. Up to the present, Gardner has acknowledged 9 types of intelligences: naturalist, musical, logical, existential, interpersonal, kinesthetic, linguistic, intrapersonal, and spatial. Naturalist intelligence. It designates the human ability to discriminate among living things, such as plants and animals, as well as sensitivity to other features of the natural world, such as clouds, rocks, and configurations. This ability was clearly of value in our evolutionary past as hunters, gatherers, and farmers. It continues to be central in such roles as botanist or chef. It is also speculated that much of our consumer society exploits the natural intelligences, which can be mobilized in the discrimination among cars, sneakers, kinds of makeup, and the like. Musical intelligence. This is the capacity to discern pitch, rhythm, timbre, and tone. This intelligence enables us to recognize, create, reproduce, and reflect on music, as demonstrated by composers, conductors, musicians, vocalists, and sensitive listeners. Interestingly, there is often an effective connection between music and the emotions, and mathematical and musical intelligences may share common thinking processes. Logical mathematical intelligence. It is the ability to calculate, quantify, consider propositions and hypotheses, and carry out complete mathematical operations. It enables us to perceive relationships and connections and to use abstract, symbolic thought, sequential reasoning skills, and inductive and deductive thinking patterns. Logical intelligence is usually well developed in mathematicians, scientists, and detectives. Existential intelligence is the sensitivity and capacity to tackle deep questions about human existence, such as the meaning of life, why we die, and how did we get here. Interpersonal intelligence. It is the ability to understand and interact effectively with others. It involves effective verbal and nonverbal communication, the ability to note distinctions among others, sensitivity to the moods and temperaments of others, and the ability to entertain multiple perspectives. Teachers, social workers, actors, and politicians all exhibit interpersonal intelligence. Bodily kinesthetic intelligence. It is the capacity to manipulate objects and use a variety of physical skills. This intelligence also involves a sense of timing and the perfection of skills through mind-body union. Athletes, dancers, surgeons, and craftspeople exhibit well-developed bodily kinesthetic intelligence. Linguistic intelligence. It is the ability to think in words and to use language to express and appreciate complex meanings. Linguistic intelligence allows us to understand the order and meaning of words and to apply metalinguistic skills to reflect on our use of language. Intrapersonal intelligence. It is the capacity to understand oneself and one's thoughts and feelings, and to use such knowledge in planning and directioning of one's life. Intrapersonal intelligence involves not only an appreciation of the self, but also of the human condition. It is evident in psychologists, spiritual leaders, and philosophers. Spatial intelligence is the ability to think in 3 dimensions. Core capacities include mental imagery, spatial reasoning, image manipulation, graphic and artistic skills, and an active imagination. Sailors, pilots, sculptors, and painters all exhibit spatial intelligence. This has been my presentation on multiple intelligences. Now I got some questions for you. How do you think we can identify the multiple intelligences in our students? How can we teach to maximize our students' diversified intelligences? And in a society that uses computers, internet, and technology has become so increasingly important, do you think there could be a new technological intelligences? And any other questions that you have for me? Now I leave you with a video which is called the Multiple Intelligences Rap.
This is the multiple intelligence theory rap. Howard Gardner did it on his own, and that's a fact. There's no need for different aspects or abilities. We speak with lots of expertise, no guarantees, but that is that.
Howard Gardner is my name, that is what I claim. I'm a psychologist doing things that would drive others insane. At my own expenses, I came to all my senses when I developed the theory of the multiple intelligences.
Everybody has a learning style. I just ran a quarter mile. Kinesthetic learner, which makes me seem very versatile. Intra and interpersonal, bodily and musical, logical, visual, naturalistic, linguistic, and existential.
My theory means that there are several different ways to learn. You're born with the style, it's not a thing you have to earn. I can solve problems with my mind, my theory is one of a kind, so please don't pick on me because my eyes are not aligned.
Sternberg also had a theory, it may be kinda weary. It talked about aspects when I asked my iPhone Siri. So in conclusion, no need to cause confusion, but the 9 intelligences may seem like an optical illusion.
This is the multiple intelligence theory rap. Howard Gardner did it on his own, and that's a fact. There's no need for different aspects or abilities. We speak with lots of expertise, no guarantees, but that is that. This is the multiple intelligence theory rap. Howard Gardner did it on his own, and that's a fact. There's no need for different aspects or abilities. We speak with lots of expertise, no guarantees, but that is that.